Alright. Hello everyone. Welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host Prince Magnum. Welcome to Shades of Romance. In today's episode of Shades of Romance, we're going to talk about, I think everybody who's ever been in a relationship can totally relate to this. You can pick your other half, but you can't pick your other half's family. I think we can all relate to that. It's all good. I'm leaving that in there. Now, in dealing with this subject, my neighbor, in dealing with this subject, you're going to have, if you're in a relationship and dealing with your other half's family can be a challenge, to say the least. I think the best way sometimes to deal with this is, I'm going to relate this story to you guys, take what you want from it, sort of thing. But from there, I want you guys to go ahead and this is going to be one of those moments. There's no clear, definite answer, because how I might do it is probably, maybe, I don't know, it might be how you might do it, or it might be, you might have a different way of handling it. Every situation is different. We can't just say one way or the other, okay? So, now that we have that established, give a moment, my neighbor's heading off to work, so you guys can take this story in, because I don't want you to miss any of it. Car sounds good. Sounds real good. Sounds healthy. Alright. That was hilarious, by the way. Now that we've got that established, let me give you all a little bit of context. I got with who you all know as Country Girl, and I call her Princess Star Song. I would say about 6 months after, I'm guesstimating about 6 months after, my estranged wife has, left me behind for a life of drugs and alcohol. I get with this lovely lady that I call Princess Star Song. Now, really quick, why would I do that? There's a date set. We'll leave it there. I get with her, and right away, I bring, when I introduce Princess Star Song to my family, at first they're like, okay, let's get to know her real quick. And after one day, Princess Star Song is a part of, Prince Magnum's clan. Her and her son Flame. They're part of the clan. They're, it's just like she's always been a part of the family, right? That's awesome. That's wonderful. When Mama Magnum says you're part of this family now, you're one of us, and that sort of thing. Actually, even sharing. My mom actually shared some of her recipes. Holy shit. My mom won't even share her recipes with me, okay? That should tell y'all something, okay? So now that we've got this established, okay, what about Princess Starsong's side of the family? Eh, that's a horse of another color. Okay. Uh, it should be said that when it comes to, and I've got plenty of experience with this, when it comes to dealing with your other half's dad, you know, ladies, okay, the shades of romance, dads are not supposed to trust your other half, period, okay? Not for a while. That's natural, okay? Because, that's just the way us dads are, okay? I get it. I get it. But dad took a little convincing, and, it started to get kind of rough. But then, I said some things that needed to be said, and he got it. He got it, you know. What about the rest of the family? Now, that's a horse of another color. Let's see, with the other part of the family, um, let's see, I've never actually been able to win over her mother. We'll talk more about that. And a lot of the rest of her family, it's snide comments and hateful remarks behind my back when they don't think I can hear them, dirty looks when they don't think I'm looking, stuff like that. All the while, I'm being the best possible stepdad I can be to my stepson Flame, uh, you know, and ignoring it for the most part. Well, it finally came to a head as making this video a couple weeks ago. Uh, Princess Starsong was talking with her mom and mentioned that we were looking at a day once I'm able to get a divorce, which that gets a little complicated because of the YouTube channel and all the stuff that my estranged wife was involved in, and then her name's still on the title with mine with Project Lena and just stuff like that. I got to actually take her to court and make her sign off on some stuff. So that's the shortened version of it. Um, so now that you guys have that context to work with, the rest of her family, except for, well, her dad and a couple other family members, uh, the rest of the family, snide comments behind my back when they don't think I'm listening, rude looks, just hateful, hateful. And, um, so when Princess Starsong mentioned this to her mom blows up, starts a big argument. Come find out that, she'd even been going so far as to practically interrogate my stepson, trying to look for things to cause problems between, Princess Starsong and myself. Okay, caused serious problems, which not only is it unethical, but it borders on legalities. It borders on legalities. Um, because she didn't have permission from Princess Starsong and that sort of thing. It's definitely criminal, legally. But before you all start screaming, well, somebody needs to make phone. Hang on a second. There's something to take from this story. Princess Starsong has basically decided that enough is enough. She's not going to tolerate this behavior from the majority of her family, and basically has said, I'm done with you guys. Done. Defending her decision and Flame's decision on our lives. Basically it's like, we chose to be with you, and if you guys can't respect that decision, then that's it. The hatefulness stops here. And the only thing I've been able to figure out that I did wrong was love Princess Starsong and try to be a stepdad, which, for the record, I'm not necessarily a stepdad. I'm the dad that stepped up. I think many of you stepdads out there, who actually try to be good, good dads to kids that aren't yours, we oftentimes get overlooked for the ones that don't. And there's a lot more of us than y'all think. So, what does Princess Starsong do? She calls Mama Magnum and tells her what happened. And Mama Magnum says, don't worry about it. You still got a family. That should tell y'all something. That's the power of it. Which, by the way, Mama Magnum is pissed to the point where she says that her whole family better be glad I don't live closer. And you don't want to see Mama Magnum go off like that. Woo! Kind of spooky. I heard the tone of her voice. There's nothing wrong with my son. He's a good man. She actually said this. There's nothing wrong with my son. He's a good man. And they better be thankful. Especially her mom. I don't live closer. That's Mama Magnum. That's the power of a good mom. Anyhow. So what now? Where do we go from here? Well, initially I had Project Spirit out there. We're getting ready to move Project Spirit to a different location away from, I had the car stashed over there. We're going to have to move Project Spirit to a safer location so we can reconstruct that front end and continue the work, the rest of the body work. And really quick, I know 3rd Gen 83, really awesome guy. If you guys get a chance, go over and take a look at 3rd Gen 83's channel. But he's got his own Maverick. He keeps, he'll ask, what needs to happen to Project Spirit to get her back on the road. To just get her back on the road, it's just sheet metal and trim, a grill, hood. I've got one fender. I got to get the other fender and a radiator, and just stuff like that. It's just sheet metal trim, all that good stuff. And from there, it's just a matter of putting her back together. Which, by the way, Princess Starsong and Flame have already said they cannot wait for their first ride in Project Spirit. So, the moral of the story is sometimes you can't. You can't make everybody happy. Sometimes, especially in dealing with your other half's family, sometimes you just can't make them happy. No matter how hard you try to be a really good guy, at day's end, it's going to come down to you and your other half. And if you or her have got kids, it's going to come down to them too. But beyond that scope, sometimes you just can't make them happy. The rest of everyone happy. And you have to do what your heart tells you is right. And sometimes it may even come down to where you have to, disconnect yourself from the hateful family members that keep telling you that they know better for you. How in the hell can anyone tell you what's good for you when sometimes, people don't even know what to do for themselves? Just saying. But a subject like that deserves its own in-your-face video instead of Shades of Romance. So take from this what you will. That's just kind of my take on it. Take what you need from it, go from there. But this is just one of those things. Sometimes this is just the way it is. And really quick, One of the theories that did come up with me being Native American and Mexican on one side of my family, you could see where one theory came up. I don't think that's necessarily the case. It's a possibility, but I don't, it is what it is. You know, if that is the case, well, fuck them, like I care. So, that brings us to a good stopping point in this video, other than throwing out a couple quick things. I mentioned Project Spirit, and of course the continuing efforts on Project Lena. If you want to be able to help, get over to Patreon. $1 a month. That's all it takes. If enough of you put in $1 a month, all proceeds go back into the project cars, and we can really drive this home. The more you guys are able to contribute, the more work I can get done to those cars, because unfortunately I'm still a working man. Along with that, if maybe you'd like something to hold in your hand, we've got Prince Magnum channel merchandise, tons of it to choose from. Okay, you can get in there and there's stuff for Project Lena, Project Spirit. There's cinnamon merch. A lot of you had been asking for cinnamon merch. I know one of you had already bought this cropped hoodie. She had to have a cropped cinnamon hoodie. On top of that, I think there's still some leftover stuff from when my estranged wife was around. Buy it up, buy it up. But maybe you yourself, maybe finances are tight. The economy's tanked around the world for the most part. What can we, how can I still help? Share this out to everyone. Share the videos out to everyone not just on Discord. Share it out on Facebook, Reddit, you name it. If you think that someone can gain something from something I say, share it out. Okay? So, I think that pretty well covers it. That's how we pay the bills. Alright? So, from there, get out there and work on a project. I don't care what it is, just do something with yourselves. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind go together like oil and water. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet and do something special for them today. And as always, for everyone out there, even Princess Starsong's family that she no longer wants to have any contact with. If nobody's told you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you, and have a happy 24. Thank you.
I admire your honesty. Hell, I like you. You can come over to my house and fuck my sister.